when Martin and Luann asked me to give a testimonial, it was great timing because I was finishing up the final draft of my review of literature draft for my senior project students. And this is as what you see in the background. I've stripped it of identifier so we don't have to worry about FERPA, but it has helped me to be incredibly effective. The students love it. And I just want to say thanks to Screencast-O-Matic and thanks to Martin and Luann for getting me involved in the project, and want to say congratulations on the award.
Hi, my name is Morgan Livingston, and I teach in the English department at Cal Poly. In the spring of 2016, I was given the opportunity to participate in something called the Digital Commentary Grading Project, where I learned the tool Screencast-O-Matic and how to use it for online and digital assessment. This tool completely changed how I graded, and I cannot recommend it enough. I teach in the English department. That means essays, and that means a lot of essays. I have about 100 students a quarter, and I teach about 5 essays a quarter. Each one traditionally took me about 20 minutes to grade, so you can do the math. Now with digital commentary, I'm able to have my grading time but still have the same kind of feedback, if not more in-depth feedback, which is great. So I've gotten my grading time down to about 10 minutes a paper, probably even less than that, but I give myself about 10 minutes. And also my students have reported that they really like that they can hear my tone, that they can see that they're not doing something to upset me, but that I'm helping them try to be a better writer. So it really significantly has changed how I assess papers, and really the feedback that my students have given me is what's keeping me continuing to use it. So I highly recommend it to anyone who would be interested in starting it out, and I'd be happy to answer any questions as a result. Thank you so much.
So I can't speak highly enough about this project that Luann and Martin have been working on. I coach the debate team here at Cal Poly, and technology really allows us to get the most out of our experience. It allows us to get our team exposed to competition in new ways. We can virtually scrimmage with a team anywhere in the world through web conferencing and incorporate that experience into a new video in which we pause the debate to insert coach and instructor commentary about what's playing out in the debate round. We can share that with just our team or with scrimmage partners as well. Really, at the end of the day, when all participants in the debate can receive consistent feedback and there's a record of the analysis going forward, that can help new students as they get exposed to debate, and so that's kind of great. When students produce briefs on topics, we can make videos that discuss the strengths and weaknesses of various strategies at length rather than through the normally truncated notes instructor types leave in margins, and whether you apply these techniques to a debate team or an argumentation class, the result is better, the feedback is more actionable, and that empowers students to make high-quality strategic decisions. So that's all really well. But from an instructor standpoint, and perhaps this is a little self-motivated, but it saves time. The amount of time that I've reclaimed from grading by making videos explaining exactly what I want to do, instead of writing things out, checking grammar, scrawling things, and then having people come back to me in office hours asking questions about what does this handwriting hieroglyphic nonsense mean. The amount of time saved from these things is invaluable, really. And so I've been really pleased to be a part of this.
I teach a professional development seminar for senior nutrition students that are on the path to become registered dietitians, and I use digital commentary using Screencast-O-Matic to provide feedback on resumes and personal statements and things like that. And I've found that it's a helpful counseling tool and encouragement tool. It's not exactly the same as a graded assignment, but just as useful. And I actually heard from one student that they found the sound of my voice to be comforting or soothing. And that was a little surprising to me because most of us don't like the sound of our voices. And so I've kept that in mind as I used it since then. Thanks so much for the tool and for helping us to learn about it.
Hi there. I've been asked to provide a testimonial for Luann Foes and Martin Mell regarding their digital grading project. And I just wanted to say that I found this experience to be really quite interesting. Most of what I try and do in my own teaching is to provide rapid feedback. I've found that most students, if you don't respond pretty quickly after they've completed something, after a while they just tend to focus on the actual outcome in terms of a grade or points rather than on what they did. So pretty much in all my testing, in terms of all assignments, etc., I've made a big effort to get something back to them as quickly as possible with meaningful feedback. And I found that with using the Screencast-O-Matic, the whole screencasting approach to responding to written work, I found the tool pretty amazing. I think more than anything, it's just it gives that very up close and personal approach. They see my picture, they hear my voice, and I'm working through the assignment. And my experience was that it kind of made a closer connection between myself and the students. And I found that students took my comments a lot more to heart than if it was just some written comments on a page. So anyway, I wanted to say that I think this is a really good idea, and Martin and Luann did an amazing job, and I really appreciate everything that they did.
The candidates haven't had any problems at all with the technology, and Screencast has a transparency to it that makes it so easy to use on both sides.
Okay.
That makes a big difference when you're trying to intervene or apply an intervention and the technology interferes. Well, as a teacher of writing for a long time, I've used a lot of programs, tried a lot of programs, but very few offer the kind of versatility that screencasting does, because the candidate, the student teacher, and the student both are using something that's not familiar, and yet it doesn't interfere in any way with how they try to communicate with one another.